All right, boys, let's talk about some patch spoilers. This was posted today by Skynet UFC, one of the EA Sports UFC 5 developers. First of all, it is not public knowledge yet when exactly the patch is dropping. Of course, I know when it is, but I can't say. All I will say is that it is dropping very, very soon. All right, so let's go through some of this. Again, the patch notes that you're seeing right here, it is not all we're getting. All right, there are still a few changes that will be coming to the game that has not been listed right here. All right, so it says get ready, it's time for some patch spoilers. The first one is in regards to the AI. I know a lot of you don't really, a lot of you that watch this channel, you don't really play against AI, but for those of you that do, this is a very important change. I play against the AI, so this is very important to me. It says it allows the AI to fake transitions during transition-based submissions. That's very good because right now it is far too easy to submit the AI. This should, in theory, make them harder to submit if they're faking transitions, right? So some of the real life logic that allows you to escape a submission, you fake, you hope to deny the fake, then you start to struggle. Hopefully we see the AI employing those higher level tactics because, as I said, right now, just far too easy to submit them. It says count time during submission towards grapple control. I have no idea what this means. Count time during TBS towards grapple control. Yeah, no clue what exactly he's saying right there. The English right there is not making a lot of sense to me. He says fixed a bunch, but not all of the camera bugs, jitter when going between stand up and ground. Again, we've been asking him about these camera bugs, man, but once again, these things prove to be so much more difficult to fix than I personally initially thought. I thought it would be a very simple fix. Hey guys, this camera is busted. When you take them down, the camera gets messed up right here. Please fix it. And then you get, it is way more technical and way more difficult than you think. We'll get to it when we're able to. So there you go. They were able to fix a bunch of them, but not all. So after this patch, oh my god, dude, it's after the patch, we're still gonna get some of those camera bugs. Um, you know, Disappointing. I'll just say. I was hoping they would just be able to fix all of it at the same time. But it is what it is. It says improved AI's use of turns and bails when shooting for takedowns. Okay, that's good. Definitely going to make them harder to grapple, which again, I am happy for. Improves AI defense for low kicks, particularly at higher difficulties. I didn't think the AI needed help with that. They're already gods when it comes to defending low kicks. I didn't think they needed a buff. Okay, then again, it says improves the defense. So I don't know if improve means they'll be better or if it means they'll be more realistic. Because again, from what I've experienced playing against the AI, they defend low kicks too good. Or maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But like that's been my experience playing, especially at the higher difficulties. Right here, we go into the gameplay changes. They fixed a bug where held inputs would occasionally get sped up in combinations. Yes, so example, lead body front kick into the rear thigh kick. Yeah, so some of these combinations where you combine a regular strike with a held strike, it will speed up the combination and look very weird and unrealistic. And players were definitely exploiting that. They're saying that has been fixed. That's pretty good. The speed of these combos will look more realistic. Swap camera, fighter sides, win the UFC performance. So this is practice mode, all right? So sometimes you go into practice mode and the fighters are swapped. They're saying they fixed that. They fixed a bug relating to the judging scoring logic with draws. I don't know exactly specifically what they fixed right there, but looking forward to it. They updated the blocking animation when holding high block versus leg kicks. So I guess what they're saying is if you're holding high block and the opponent goes to throw a leg kick, the blocking animation is going to change. It's not going to be the same as it is right now. And I'm trying to figure out what it could possibly get changed to. Right now, there are two distinct blocking animations, right? There's the active blocks when strikes are coming at you, but then when you're holding block, right? Kind of there's this one right here, and then there's the one where you're like this. So what I'm thinking is they're going to switch it to this one where you're here. That makes sense. That's the only one that makes sense to switch it to. So when you're getting a leg kick thrown at you, then the animation would get switched to this. Hey, I don't know if we asked for that, but it's going to add some variety to the game, I suppose. So that's good. They reduced the damage of strikes in side control and crucifix. This is a very, very important change for sure, because understand this. For the crucifix, I don't know if I agree with crucifix. Okay, for crucifix, I would have left it the way it was. When we asked them to make this change, we didn't ask for crucifix. We talked about side control, and the logic behind that is side control in real life is not a good striking and control position. In side control, you can pick either or. And the reason for that is in side control, to be able to control somebody, you need them flat on their back. And to have them flat on their back, you need a crossface. You need a way to pin them. And the crossface is, of course, the arm that's around their neck, close to their head. And in the game, that's the same arm you're using to elbow them. So if you don't have a crossface in, nothing's preventing me from turning to my side. Nothing's really preventing me from framing up, turning into you, and performing a bunch of other side control escapes. Because as long as I'm not flat on my back and I can move in side control, I can escape. So when in the game, when you give us the ability to do a ton of damage in side control and also control the opponent for long periods of time, that is unrealistic. There's a very good reason why we don't see this in MMA. In MMA, the best control position we typically see is half guard. Because from half guard, you can do a ton of damage and also control the opponent a lot better. Even with half guard. The one position where you can exert a lot of control if you're good enough, like if you have really strong legs, is mount, for example. If you have someone in mount and you can pin them in mount and rain down ground and pound, and they try to buck you and break your posture, and you have good posture, it's a very good control and striking position. But when it comes to side control, for sure, not a good one. So I'm happy to reducing the damage in side control. I'm hoping that as I read through this, that we're going to also see that they've made the transition faster. It's one of the things we asked them for. So it's either or. It's either you stay in side control and you strike and do damage as quickly as you can, or you opt for control in side control, but don't do a lot of damage. You got to pick one or the other. You don't get two. So I'm glad they're fixing that. They said right there, they fixed some bugs with knockouts happening after the ref has tried to stop the fight. That's okay. Fixed various T-pose animation issues around clinch and takedowns. I explained to you guys what they explained to me, why the T-pose was happening. The T-pose happens when the game does not really know what animation to play next. So like sometimes you guys are in the clinch and an action happens and the game doesn't quite know what animation to play next, so the fighter T-poses. The T-pose is like, it's the base neutral pose. And then before like animations start to play. So when the game doesn't know what animation to play, it freaking T-poses. That's what's happening. So they're saying that they've fixed a lot of those issues, which to me means that they've written some code in there to allow the game to identify more animation pathways. So it doesn't get lost in the middle and go, oh shit, I have no idea what to do anymore. You see what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that. They fixed various issues with strike targeting and warping closer or away from opponents unnaturally. Okay, so this is like a fix to strike targeting when you're away. So strikes landing when they shouldn't land. I'm hoping that this is a fix to some of the tracking issues. Really, really keeping my fingers crossed. That's what they mean right there. Next up, he says they fixed a bug allowing held inputs to have a different movement direction than the corresponding tap input they replaced. This one is confusing to me. So hold on. Example, right moving hook to forward moving overhand. This one, I can't really picture it. I haven't come across this one too much, but I'm glad they fixed it. Reduce the amount of negative GA when high blocking. Reduce the amount of negative grapple advantage when high blocking. So on the ground or on the feet? I wish they would specify, right? Because negative GA affects you on the ground, right? Okay, let's move on from that for now. We'll figure out what all these changes mean, and I'm gonna do like an updated thing for you guys. It says increases impact that grapple advantage has on takedown denial windows. Okay, buff when well set up, slight nerf if poorly timed. So this is good. This is very, very good. So what this means is that well set up takedowns will now be easier to get, and poorly timed takedowns will actually be harder to get. That is very, very good. So all these players who they're spamming takedowns with no setup, they're just going for it over and over and over again, it's actually going to be easier for you to deny them. But if you run into somebody that's setting up his takedowns very well, maybe he makes you miss, he lands a strike or something, just whatever he does to set it up properly and get high GA, it will be easier to actually get a takedown. That is very good. I am happy about that. So what we're going to see is a buff to proper takedowns and a nerf to improper takedowns. Good job. Very good job. Updated various fighter idle and movement animations. Thank you. This one doesn't impact gameplay meta, but should go a long way for visual differentiation and authenticity. Y'all got to do way more than this. Way more than this. And we've been asking them. I've been begging them, bro. They got to do way more than this. This has been a huge reason why a lot of people are crapping all over UFC 5, just because of how similar a lot of the striking looks to UFC 4, and it just there's just no other way around that. You got to do more than that. You know, they have it. We have to. It would be nice if we can get a patch strictly designed for a. I don't want to say an overhaul, because I don't know if that can even be done in a patch, but a significant change to the way a lot of strikes look, a lot of movement looks, block it. Just we need way more animations poured into UFC 5 just to make it look newer, right? So that when people are playing, right, the striking specifically doesn't look too similar to the old game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm personally hoping for. I don't know how this is really going to impact it. Maybe a little bit. We'll see when that happens. But hopefully, they gotta do more mocap, more motion capture way more, more head movement styles, more blocking styles, more locomotion styles, more lunging style. Right now, we have one major lunge in the game and one minor lunge style in the game. Of course, not to mention the Dominic Cruz style lunges. You've got the one they gave to Mike. We have those unique ones. We need more like that, is what I'm saying. We need more like that. We need more. We absolutely need more. I'd like to see 5 more added. Just a variety of them, so that when the fighters are lunging their way and they're moving their head, like not everybody moves their head the same exact way, right? We need a hands down head movement style, for example, for guys like Anderson Silva, So hopefully, and then he continues. They added wait, what? Can y'all stop dunking on poor Zayaf? Who has fantastic insight and advice, but not ability to actually put changes in the game and isn't responsible for the team's choice. Yeah. Thank you for actually putting that in there. This is all we could do. All we could do is freaking offer advice, but what enters the game is right there. Their decision. I don't know who was dunking on Zayaf. I have no idea. He's a great dude. All right. Added muscle modifier option for certain transitions. All right. This includes some inside control. So the muscle modifier speeds up. If you guys don't know what this is, it speeds up your transition at a cost of stamina. All right. So you're going to incur more stamina attacks, but the transition will be sped up. And you do it by holding R1. You hold R1 and then you transition. That initiates the muscle modifier, but they're saying they've added the muscle modifier option for more transitions than we had before, and now in side control as well. So that's good. Like escaping side control after this patch should be more viable. At least I'm hoping so. False alarm. We snuck these into the live game earlier in the last server update. Weren't able to re-update the patch, so this will stay the same until our next update. Which, oh Jesus, that's, come on, bro. Oh Lord have mercy. Y'all are gonna get like, bro. Stamina is one of the things that everybody has been complaining about. I think y'all should have done every single thing imaginable. Move mountains to make sure that this patch has stamina changes. I think they should have moved mountains, bro. They should have moved mountains. It should have been unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? But God, if I woke up one day, bro, if I woke up one day with the keys and I had the power, bro. Anyways, they fixed issues around VRR and 120Hz settings causing significant input lag for some players, okay? Opponent HUD will no longer be hidden in any division matches. Woo! Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. The moment I picked up this game and I went online and I realized that, I'm like, bro, it was a massive oversight for y'all to do that. With the new submission system, you need to be able to see your opponent's stamina. And when I went into the game and I realized, oh my God, dude, it's one of the things that I raised all kinds of hell. It drove me bonkers, bro. It really did. Because like, it just becomes a guessing game. And that is not the way the system was designed. It was designed for both players to have concrete information. You got to know exactly where your stamina is and exactly where your opponent's stamina is. You got to be able to know that. And so the fact that they've removed that, it's necessary given the importance of stamina in the TBS meta. Oh yeah, for sure. And if you're the kind of person that does not want to look at your, like, it should be an option. If you don't want to see your opponent's HUD or yours, turn the HUD off and you don't get to see it. You see what I'm saying? But for the rest of us, you know, no other game hides information like that. So I'm glad that's done. We'll be able to see exactly what our opponent's stamina is, their health, all of that. So kudos. Lastly, fix some exploits where players could cause an automatic loss for their opponent online. I haven't experienced this one yet, and I hope I never do. So I'm glad y'all fixed it. But there you have it, man. Just a few patch spoilers. Like I said, there is more. This is not all of it. As far as I remember, it's not all of it. I've seen some of the other ones, and I know this is not all of them. And we'll probably find out very, very soon when this is dropping. But I can tell you guys it's dropping soon. All right. So hopefully all this makes the game better. I really hope so. Really, really hope so. Better than it is at the moment. I know as time progresses, the game is gonna get better. I just hope that they do all these in a timely manner. You know, they do it all in a timely manner so that we don't lose everybody. You know, we don't lose everybody because of like the state the game is in. But there you have it, man. If you guys enjoyed this one, leave a like. Let me know what changes you are excited for. And I will see you guys as soon as I get more information on this. And as soon as we can say more, I will update you guys on that. But yeah, thank you for watching. You guys are amazing. Peace out. Have a good one.